the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. For the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, greater good of all, greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. Greater good of all, greater good of all.
There was a time in my life when I had blurred vision. I wasn't finding peace anywhere, and I certainly wasn't finding truth in religion. So one day I decided that I would sit in the silence in my room, and I vowed that I would stay there till something in me moved, and I heard a voice. It was a still, small voice, and this is what it said. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter little more each day. I see God in the flowers and in the bills that I choose to pay. I'm feeling God in my breath, spoken with each word. Oh, I'm feeling God breathe His life into me. Let God's love be affirmed. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Well, there once was a wise man, and this is what he said. He said that God is good all of the time, and that's stuck, oh, it's stuck in my head. So I said it as my mantra. Each and every day I said it until I believed it. Now that's my life each and every day. Yes, I finally achieved it. Sing it with me now. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here.
Come to the temple, bathe in the presence of love. Let go of the warring, lay down your sword. You've had enough. For I know you're weary, the battle has taken its toll. Illusion is shattering, the veil is rent. You're whole. So come to the fire and lay down the shame of the past. The blaze purifying, revealing your gold at last. For you hold the keys now and lock unlocking your shackles and chains. No longer a prisoner, you are now free and reclaimed. You're reclaimed. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember, 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 oh, remember, remember, remember who you are. So come to the mystery and give up the stories you know. The path now collapsing, leading us all back to one. No longer divided, fractals united in peace. And it's time to play now like children of love's destiny. Destiny. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember.
supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. So if you would like to learn more about our multi-faith endeavor, please go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and stay tuned after the announcements. We've got all kinds of, or after the message, because we have all kinds of announcements. Last week, we heard from Muslim Naran Sykes. She gave us our last talk on holy. She was accompanied by Melanie England, who is back after a couple of years hiatus and put together an amazing video selection for us. Thank you both. Today, we begin our new topic on healing with Shaman Jerry Nettesheim and the amazing Michaela Townsend. Next week, we'll hear from Swami Shakti Durgaya from the Kashi Ashram and the incredible Jennifer Farron. So without further ado, let's dive right into today.
Hi, people of diversity. My name's Michaela. I have a couple of original songs for you guys today on the topic of healing. And the first one I have is one called Shadow of the Sun. And it's all about facing your shadows and liberation from all the things that are holding you back. Run, blinded by the dark. I'm afraid of the monsters I can't run from. Protected by a blanket of numbness, keeping me strong. It's okay to exist and not to persist, like the pure consciousness I am, and sit with what lingers on. It might just be as cold as a shadow of the sun. Oh, beautiful as the acceptance of a baby on the run. It's okay to exist and not to persist, like the pure consciousness I am. And sit with what lingers on. It might just be as cold as a shadow of the sun. Oh, beautiful as the acceptance This next one I wrote maybe a couple years ago, and I was going through a hard time, and so I decided to go float down the Ishitakni River, and there's all these damselflies that'll come sit on you, and it just felt like such a blessing, and it just lifted all my troubles. When I arise in the night, out comes a white damsel fly, clearing the cloudy skies, singing a sweet lullaby for the innocents passing by, as the river grass dances with the colors of light. In and out of a midnight slumber, like a big black bear yearning for summer, flying over the frozen depths of time. And in the morning time out peeks the sun, the frost melts, the rivers run, and the flowers awaken to springtime in bloom. Like a big black bear yearning for summer, flying over the frozen depths of time. And in the morning time out peeks the sun, the frost melts, the rivers run, and the flowers awaken to springtime in bloom. 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 Thank you all.
Hi, Becky. Hi, Scott. Thank you guys so much for having me come back on again to talk about healing from a shamanic perspective. And a great big welcome to all of you this evening or morning. Anybody who's hearing this message today, thank you for being with me. Okay. So before we begin, I'd like to take a moment for us to arrive into this space, all right? So I invite you to just feel your feet on the ground and on the floor, and feel yourself breathing into that energy. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. And once more, breathe big in and out through the mouth. Feel your feet and your seat rooted firmly into whatever position is most comfortable for you. And as you breathe out, just soften. Let any tension that you feel just melt away, okay? Now, let's get started. There's a concept in Q'ero tradition of the Andes Mountains that I want to plant in your heart right at the beginning of our discussion today. And it's this: healing is not about fixing what is broken. You see, we live in a world that is obsessed with fixing. We see a dent, we want to hammer it out. We feel a pain, we want to make it stop. We look at ourselves and we see a long list of problems that need to be solved. But for the Q'ero, the Pacos, that's shamans, the wisdom keepers of the Inca lineage, we see it differently. We would say that healing is not about hammering out dents. It's about restoring right relationship, that is, Aini, and restoring that right relationship within ourselves, with the unseen worlds, and with Pachamama, our Earth Mother. Okay? And this brings us to a distinction that is at the foundation of everything that I want to share with you today. It is the difference between cure and healing. Now, a cure is about symptom removal, getting as close to the thing as if it had never happened. That's the goal. Right? Healing is about the restoration of harmony. Healing means being able to carry on despite what has happened. Now, a cure, it might remove the pain, but healing restores meaning. Healing is a return to coherence, to connection, and sometimes healing unfolds even if the physical symptoms remain. That is the great mystery that we are here to explore today. Now, let's sit with that distinction for just a moment, because our culture trains us to believe that healing and cure are the same thing. Now, let's talk about cure for just a moment. Cure. Well, we understand this. You have a bacterial infection, you take an antibiotic, the bacteria dies, and you are in effect cured. That is, as if it had never happened. Problem, solution, done. It's linear, it's mechanical, it's a straight line from A to B, and thank goodness for it. Cures are definitely a blessing. Now, healing, on the other hand, is a different beast entirely. Healing is the restoration of energetic balance. It's the integration of fragmented parts of ourselves. It is the process of becoming whole. In the Q'ero cosmology, when someone is ill, they don't just ask, what virus do you have? They ask a different set of questions. They look for the story beneath the symptom. They understand that illness can often be traced back to a few core imbalances. Perhaps there's been a loss of some soul parts, a fragmentation due to trauma. Perhaps there's an accumulation of heavy energy, what we would call hucha, the dense, stagnant energy from our own pain or the pain of others that we may have absorbed within to ourselves. And perhaps it's an imbalance between worlds. Or maybe it's broken Aini, a break in the sacred reciprocity and relationship that holds all of life together. So if illness is a break in connection, a loss of parts, a burden of heaviness, then healing is the opposite. Healing restores the flow. Healing mends the web of right relationship, sacred reciprocity. Healing reestablishes connection to the core of who you are and who the cosmos around you is and the relationship between the two. You could say that healing is simply remembering who you are when you're in the right relationship. It's not about becoming a new person. It's actually about coming home to the original luminous spirit, that luminous blueprint of your soul. So to understand how this works, we have to understand the map that the Kero use. See, because we see reality not as one single layer, but as three distinct yet interconnected layers, interconnected worlds. So first, there is Hanakpacha, and that would be the upper world. Okay, this is the realm of the archetypes, the great teachers, and the stars. It holds our highest guidance. It holds our future potential, and it holds our inspiration. It's the messenger. It's the message of condor medicine in particular, who flies so high that they can see the entire landscape. Okay, when you feel a sudden download of clarity, a sense of destiny, that is a whisper from Hanakpacha, that is upper world. Now, second, there's Kaipacha, and that's the middle world. This is the world of ordinary reality. This room that we're sitting in, our bodies, our relationships, our jobs. This is where we walk, where we eat, where we love, where we stumble. It's the world of the here and now. Now, the third world is Ukupacha, and that is the lower world. And this is the inner landscape. It is the subconscious. It is the realms of dreams and of deep memory. Okay? It is the space that holds our ancestral lineage. It holds our childhood wounds and the parts of ourselves that we've hidden away. It is the realm of Jaguar, who moves in the dark and with power, and of Serpent, who also sheds their skin to be reborn. This is the world of the raw and untamed energy of our being. Now, here is the essential teaching. These are not three separate boxes. They are three interpenetrating dimensions of a singular reality. What happens in one world affects all of the other worlds. And this is where we meet the principle of as above, so below. It's a phrase that's often associated with other traditions, faith traditions, but the truth of it lies right here in indigenous cosmology. It means that the inner reflects the outer. The unseen shapes the seen. The energetic always precedes the physical. If there is tension in the lower world, so if there's unprocessed grief in the subconscious, if there's trauma buried deep within the ancestral body, it will eventually echo in the middle world. It will show up in your body as a symptom, in your life as a recurring problem. The stomach ache, the inexplicable anxiety, the relationship styles that you keep repeating even though the characters have changed. And if there is a disconnection from upper world, if you've lost touch with your guidance, your purpose, it will echo in the middle world as confusion, as a loss of direction, of a feeling of being set adrift. So healing from this perspective cannot just happen in one world. You can't just treat the physical symptoms in the middle world as if the root cause is a soul part lost in the lower world. You can't just think positively in the middle world if you've cut off your connection to guidance in the upper world. Now, true and lasting healing means working in all three realms, restoring the lines of communication going up and down the chain of lower, middle, and upper world. Okay? It means bringing them back and bringing yourself back into alignment. So this is where we move from the map to the territory, because the best way to understand this concept would be through story. So story often carries medicine, and I am going to tell you a little bit of a story. Now, I want you to picture it. Imagine a child, a sensitive, bright, funny child. Okay. Now, for this child, it's dinner time. And you would think that would make the child happy, but it doesn't. It makes the child anxious because their dinner table that they're sitting at is not a place of nourishment. For them, it was a place of interrogation. So picture it. You've got all this yummy food being placed on the table. And before the child could get their little bottom squared away in that seat, before even a bite is taken, the questions begin from the grown-ups who are in charge. What did you do in school today? But the child, because they're sensitive, knows that this is a trick question because they're not asking it from a sense of curiosity. There's an edge to it, right? Why was your grade lower this week? Your sister seems to have no problem finishing her vegetables. What's wrong with you? And it keeps going and going and going, and the air gets thicker. You can feel the tension in the room. The child's shoulders creep towards their ears and their stomach begins to tighten. And the food on their plate all of a sudden looks very unappetizing. It's not food anymore. It's part of the threat. The body is saying, danger, we are not safe. We must be on guard. And suppose this happens to that child night after night, year after year. The child's body learns a deep and implicit lesson. The nervous system encodes a powerful truth. Food plus people equals danger. Now, this stomach learns to constrict at the first thought of a shared meal because that's what it was trained to do. The body learns to flood with cortisol before the food even shows up. Okay? The anxiety imprints itself onto the very act of eating. So now you've got that child all grown up and they're an adult now. And they have this quirk. Okay? They get a strange stomach pain when they go to a restaurant. They feel a wave of dread when a colleague says, hey, let's do lunch. They find 100 reasons to avoid dinner parties. They prefer to eat alone, in silence, in front of the TV. And if you ask them, they have a story for it. They say, oh, I'm just an introvert. Or, oh, I have a sensitive stomach. Or, I just don't like going out. Now, that's the story in the middle world. But in the Uku Pacha, into the lower world, the story told there is very different. The memory is not a story. It's actually a living and breathing experience for them. Their nervous system is still 8 years old, sitting at that tense table. The adult body is actually reacting to a ghost. Now, what happens to this person when they come to a shaman for healing work? A good shaman or Paco does not try to fix the stomach. They don't hand them a diet sheet and say, there you go, God bless, good luck, call me in a couple weeks. No. Instead, they sit in sacred space. They might journey. They track the energy of that person. They follow the thread of the symptom back to its origin. They find that 8-year-old still sitting at the table, frozen in fear. They might retrieve that lost soul part, that lost fragment of self that got stuck in that moment. They help release the heavy energy, the hucha, that has been stored in the body for decades. And what they do then is we help the person in a state of deep safety separate the present moment from the past imprint. They help them to see that that was then and this is now. The people at this table are not those people. The food is not a threat. So the healing is not about erasing the memory. The memory will always be there. What the healing dissolves is the energetic glue that binds the body to the past. So what happens next? It's not a sudden miracle. The healing exhibits as a spiral. They begin to feel a little curiosity instead of pure dread. They try having a cup of tea with one of their friends that they feel safe with. They might notice a mild flutter of anxiety, but not the full-blown pain. And then they repeat the process. They do it again. Maybe they have a setback, a busy restaurant that triggers them and the pain returns. But now they understand the pain. They don't just think, I'm sick. They think, my nervous system is remembering something. And they breathe and they come back to the present. Healing unfolds. One successful meal, one setback, another try, a new restaurant, a birthday dinner where they actually laugh. Slowly, the nervous system is rewiring itself, and a new truth is encoded that food plus safe people equals connection. This is the nature of healing. It's spiral. It's not linear. It's not a straight line. In Western thinking, we're addicted to progress measured in straight lines. You know, we want the graph to go up to the right always. But that's not how life works. That's not how the soul works. Now, in Karo thinking, healing is cyclical. It is rhythmic. It moves like the seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall. Winter always returns, but you are never the same when it does. You are deeper. Your roots have grown stronger. Now, healing is like walking a spiral staircase. You come around again and again to what looks like the same place. There it is again, that old wound, that old trigger. But if you look closely, you are not in the same spot. You're one level higher. You are revisiting the same wound at a deeper level of consciousness. Now, the first time you face it, it might feel overwhelming. The second time, you have more awareness. The third time, there is less charge. The fourth time, you have more choice. You are not reacting, you are responding. And this is not failure to make progress. That is the progress. That is the spiral of healing. And this brings me to one of the most important teachings of all. Healing is not something that is done to you. It's a two-way street. It's a sacred partnership. The shaman, the healer, has a role, to be sure. We open up the sacred space. We hold a container for your safety. We meditate and we mediate between worlds. We can move energy. We can offer insight. We can retrieve what has been lost, and we can show you the door. But you, the querent, are the one seeking the healing, and you are the one that must walk through it. You must do the integration. You must choose differently in your daily life. You must participate. You got to practice. Now, the healer can help release the energetic imprint of that old trauma, but it's up to you, the person in the middle world, to build new behavior. So the homework that you're given by your shaman is not a prescription, it's a path. For the person in our story, the homework might have been eat one simple meal a week with a trusted friend. Before eating, take 3 deep breaths and consciously arrive into your body. After your meal, journal with 1 sentence about how it made you feel. Make your own table at home a sacred space. Stop eating in front of the television set. Set yourself a nice place setting. Use your good dishes. Light a candle. Say thank you to the food. Thank yourself for being in a space to actually prepare the food. Practice gratitude before you take that first bite. Why? Because if the client does not walk the path in the middle world, the adjustments made in upper world and lower worlds cannot fully anchor. Okay? The energy has nowhere to land. It needs to be embodied in action, in choice, in life. Healing requires participation. It requires Aini, the sacred give and take between the healer, the healed, and the sacred. And so now we come full circle. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to harmony across all three worlds, all of the worlds that you inhabit. It's about remembering what lives above us and what lives beneath us and within us. And they are in constant conversation with one another. Cure removes, healing restores. Healing is spiral, not a straight line. Okay? Healing requires reciprocity, a sacred partnership. As above, so below. As within, so without. The stomach that hurts, it's not weak. It's not broken. It's a keeper of memory. It remembers what the mind has learned to forget. And when that memory is finally seen and held with compassion and released with ceremony, the body can soften again. The heart can open up again. The simple sacred act of sharing a meal can become once again a blessing. So we began by saying that healing is not about fixing what is broken. It's about restoring right relationship. And so I want to leave you with this. The body is not a problem to be solved. It is a landscape of memory. The wound is not a failure. It is a place where the past touched you and left its mark. Healing is the slow, sacred work of walking that landscape with a new kind of attention. It is meeting those old places, the tense table, the constricted stomach, the frozen child, and offering them what they didn't have then. Your presence, your compassion, your breath. It's remembering that you are not just the one who was hurt. You are also the one who survived. You are also the one now who can choose. So, may you walk your healing spiral with grace. May you honor the memory without being bound by it. And may you find your way back again and again and again to the simple truth that lives in the center of all worlds. You are already whole. You are just remembering your way back home. Aho, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Michaela. Amazing as build. Jerry, thank you for not only the passion that you bring, but the sense of teaching and education and guidance. I'm very grateful for your participation. Philip Lupo and team, thank you, especially this week. Lots of different tech problems jumped up on us, and you guys always just take care of us. We're so grateful. If you have audiovisual needs, either in person or virtually, see PL Theatrical and they will take good care of you. Past services are available in 3 places: People of Diversity Facebook group, People of Diversity Facebook page, People of Diversity YouTube channel. If you click in and become a member of the Facebook groups or subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll get a ding at 10:30 in the morning, and on the Facebook channel and page at 5:30, reminding you that you could come and join us for the service. The videos are maintained on Facebook for 30 days and on YouTube forever and ever and ever. YouTube is best navigated by a tablet or a computer through the playlist feature on YouTube, allowing us to categorize things by topic or by faith. So utilize those 2 pieces. They're great tools. Again, I mentioned the second broadcast at 5:45. And that is the morning broadcast, rebroadcast on Facebook. We have a couple of new things going on. First thing is we have the new pod newsletter. That's coming out every week. Becky is creating that and sending that out to everyone. Featured vendors, happenings, a synopsis of last week's talk, a link to that talk, and at the very bottom of that newsletter, the other new item that we've added recently is Pod Plus. It's a membership style program helping us to get a foundational tithe every month so that we can budget and plan and stay afloat. So if that's something you're interested in doing and supporting this crazy endeavor, please go to the bottom of the newsletter or the bottom of the website, and you'll see the Pod Plus program down there. There's vendors down there that we offer, or they offer, discounts and such for folks who are part of that membership program. We have started, let me double back real quick. If you are a business or would like to support the pod in another way, we do live events every first and fourth Monday of every month. It costs us $50 to rent that space. If you would like to sponsor one of our live events, that also removes some of the financial burden of operating the People of Diversity. And that happens at the Universalist Unitarian Friendship Fellowship Hall in Rockledge. Again, that's on the first and last Monday of every month. So coming up tomorrow, we'll be doing a chaos drum circle, I call it, since none of our participants are amazing, powerful drummers. We move from a chaos into rhythm and back to chaos kind of process. It's a little chaotic, but it's a joy when you hit that rhythm. So please come and join us. Everybody's welcome. You do not need an instrument. Just bring yourself. If you have drums or percussion instruments, bring them. And we'll hang out and visit. The next Monday, March 2nd, Community Connection with Bob Sima. Bob will facilitate an evening of presence through music, meditation, and breath work. Participants will experience a deep dive into self-exploration, communal connection, and musical celebration. $25 suggested donation. No one will be turned away. Bob's pretty amazing. He has a ton of tools in his little box. Come and hang out. I know it'll be a powerful, powerful evening. Again, that's March 2nd at the Universalist Unitarian Friendship Fellowship Hall in Rockledge from 7 till 9. We finish our services every week with a state. We have got to the end of our states, so we are now doing the 5 inhabited U.S. territories. The first one would be American Samoa. The territory is about 77 square miles and made up of 5 volcanic islands and 2 coral islands. Population is less than 50,000 people, and it sounds like it's just a little tiny speck in the Pacific Ocean. Let's bless the people of American Samoa and say these words together. May peace prevail in American Samoa. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. All right, tithes, donations, offerings can be made at www.peopleofdiversity.org. You can go down to the bottom of that webpage and you can hit the donation button, or you can hit the Pod Plus button and set up a monthly donation. And we'd be super grateful. However you want to play, thank you. We end our services with a healing circle. If you'll bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world who needs love, support, or healing, put them in an energetic circle. Put the world leaders that are trying to run our planet in a good way and ourselves in that circle. Push love and light out. Don't forget to take some in yourself. Have an amazing week. See you next time.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of